Well, greetings, Blade fans. OG Blade Reviews with you once again. And we got a little different kind of a setup today. I've done this before. You may recognize the box. LEX Custom International. These were sent to me by Alex from Sweden. He makes some fantastic titanium knife scales, and in the case of this knife, which happens to be a Microtech LUDT Gen 3, there it is. In this case, the scales are really the frame. I mean, they're the whole knife. We're going to replace the guts, which include the back spacer, the blade, the bearings, the washers, the screws, and something interesting. So if you take a look at the left side of this knife, oh, I was wrong. I was going to tell you that they set it up for left hand and right hand, and no, he didn't. So hopefully Alex will eventually start putting two little screw holes on the left side for you lefties. I don't want to make too big a point of that. I kind of stumbled upon that. I was going to do a big reveal that that was going to be possible. But we'll move on. And I'm going to do this in stages. I really don't know where I'm going to proceed from this point and how many steps I'm going to show you. Taking apart an automatic knife is not the easiest thing. It's not like swapping out scales on a liner lock or something like that. So I will need to be a little bit careful, and I may not be able to talk my way through it with you guys watching, so I may just kind of stage it. However, there is a very good video from Alex from LEX Custom International on YouTube, and I'll make sure I link that so you can see exactly step by step how this knife is taken apart and reassembled. But I picked up these bead blast version. They're not the Ceracote, they're bead blast, precisely milled. Right there you got a little pocket for the spring that we're going to put in there. And we're going to turn it basically from a aluminum red-handled knife with grippy material inset into a really nice titanium knife. It's going to be a little heavier because the titanium is heavier than the aluminum. And so let's get a mark here and see what the weight is in ounces of the LUDT. And it is 3.425 ounces. And in grams, it is 97.10. So remember those numbers because the weight is probably going to go up once we put the titanium scales on. So that's the opening part of the vid, and we'll move on from here. What I'll try to do is take apart the LUDT in stages and show you a little bit about that, turn the camera off, do another stage, so on and so forth. But in the event that I don't exactly know what I'm doing and I make mistakes, I don't want to have an ongoing video of everything, especially if you are trying to do it and you're trying to do it right. So, be right back. Stay tuned. Kind of an intermediary step here. Just want to show you I am using Weabits, which I trust for their accuracy and their fit, and we're going to be using a T8 for all of the frame or body screws. There's my T8 Wea, and we're going to be using a T20 for the pivot. And there are the scales. Don't need that. And I'm going to get started, and then we'll come back when I'm part way done. And yeah, I got to use this T-handle because it gives me lots of leverage to take out these screws, which might be Loctited in pretty strongly. So Alex tells me. As we continue here, you can see I took the left scale off, left frame, whatever you'd like to call it. I call it a frame because it basically is the basis for holding all the guts together. Here we have our bearing, and I believe, yes, there is a washer underneath. So washer goes on top. Take that out, and we'll set that over there. Bearing is going to come off next. Whoop. And there goes the plunge lock, the actuator button with the spring. I made sure that I lifted the scale very carefully before taking it off, because we didn't want to lose that spring. Put that up there. There is our button. Here is our back spacer. Oh, that's actually screwed in from the other side, so I'll attack that next. I'm going to lift the blade off. There we go. And underneath is that spring. Okay, and there will be a method for getting that blade back on there so the spring is wound correctly. We have 2 blade stops on this knife, as Alex likes to point out. And let me just lift off the bearing. They're the same, so it shouldn't matter where they go. There's the other side of the pivot. Let's put that there. Here is the other washer. And we're going to oil it all up before we reassemble it. There we have the right scale. And I'll be taking those screws off and the back spacer, excuse me. We are now in full disassembly. I made sure that I put the longer screws with the 2 barrel spacers. Actually blade stops, so that this is the front blade stop, that's the rear blade stop there, so front blade stop, rear blade stop. Then we got 2 shorter screws here. I put all my short screws down there, and I've got my pivot assembly there. There are my 2 washers. Last time I did this, I was working on an amphibian and I lost one of my washers, but I found it later. There's the plunge lock, the actuator button, there's the spring for it. Here are the new scales, and I'm gonna get to work. Be back in a moment. I'm gonna use a little rem oil here. You can use the oil of your choice or choosing, and cotton swab to very lightly lubricate the bearings and the washers before I put them back on there. This is something Alex recommended. And I did need to use my vice grips just to very gently, with a little padding, hold on to these 2 blade stops. They were pretty tightly connected to the screws. There was some Loctite on there. I'm noticing really not a lot of thread locker on any of these parts. Okay. Maybe the slightest little amount on the tips. I was warned by Alex that there might be quite a bit and I might need to heat it up, but that wasn't the case. So, be back in a few. Well, figured I would show you this part as well. So, I put the screws back into the backstop from the other side, hold everything in place, put in the screws on the 2 blade stops from the back side, put in the washer and bearing assembly on the left side. I have the washer on the handle there. The oil sort of helps it hold in there so that when I do reassemble it, I don't have to worry about the washer slipping off of the bearings. That's my way of doing it anyway. And then the trick here that you'll see on Alex's video is to put the left scale side on while simultaneously snapping it down onto the pivot, as well as the opening right here. It did come off. Opening right here for the button. And I'm going to take care of the next few steps and then come back. Well, ta-da! Giving myself a hand. Took a little tuning, and it is, you may be better at it than me, but just tuning the button so that we get the right amount of tension on the pivot and just slowly balance the tightness on the body screws. Okay, that's important. And it looks like we got everything cinched up. There is the clip, right side tip up, carry only. Let's do a fire. Oh ho, there we go. Still got a little oil on the blade. And it is just rock solid as it was in the beginning before we did the conversion. One thing I noticed, that might just be my eyes. No, it isn't. A little deeper pocket on these titanium scales than on the aluminum scales. So it was, the button was a little more up to the surface. I would say that maybe this is a little safer if that matters to you. But we are getting a full movement of the button. There's the plunge lock about halfway through and just opens up really, really nicely. Let's get the mat out of the way, give you a nice ending visual here. I do highly recommend, and you can see my other videos on some of the other LEX Custom scales. I have them for the Ramlock Stitch, the Ramlock MSI, and the Ramlock Amphibian. So here we go. Thanks for watching, and definitely check out LEX Custom, LEX International, LEX Custom International. Let me show you the box. There we go. He's the guy. I'll make sure you got links to these scales as well as to his entire site. Be well. Take care. Stay safe, guys.